What's good with y'all, man? Let's get straight into it. I want to talk about Yamamoto's strength. And you know, this is just a video to get y'all thinking. It's not like a definite answer. I just want y'all to think and answer the questions yourselves, to be honest. You know, that's my specialty. But as we all know, Yamamoto made the statement that there's no one stronger than him, or even, you know, it's other translations that say even rival within these past 1,000 years. And after doing the slightest bit of research, Yama might be weak, man. I'm not gonna lie. It's like, no, I'm just kidding. But it's just there's some things that just don't sit right with me after seeing 1,000 Year Blood Wars. Like, does that whole statement still hold up? But first, we gotta talk about how strong Yama is. So we know Yama has the power of the sun, essentially. His flames are as hot as the sun. He can use it to attack people, to keep people out, to build wall barriers. He can use it around his body as a defense. That's his basics of his abilities. Then you got his Bankai, where he doesn't even exactly use the flame specifically, but he uses like the impact damage and the force of the flame on impact, and it destroys anything it touches, which is crazy. But is that enough? Because obviously, you know, if you can't withstand the power of a star, you might as well not even fight them. But there's some characters in Bleach that are a little broken, and it makes me think. But don't get me wrong, Yama is strong. It's just that what I'm about to go through makes you second think. Like, yeah, he's this strong, but these people are kind of broken. But some key things I really want to mention is the fact that he has the strongest Zanpakuto, so remember that. And he also can destroy the Soul Society if he wanted to with his Zanpakuto, so remember that. Let's talk about the characters that makes me second think. And no, I'm not talking Aizen, I'm not even talking end of series Ichigo or even Ichiban. I want to make you guys actually think, because yeah, we can get a hand and a hold that these three Bleach characters are probably stronger than Yama, which is fine, because they die. They get stronger after he dies, so his statement could still be valid. I want to talk about other characters in specific with this 1,000-year statement he made. He made this statement 1,000 years ago. For what reason? Who was there 1,000 years ago? The original Gote 13. The people he fought alongside against with Yuha and won. And it wasn't like they just barely won like how it was with 1,000 Year Blood War. They dog walked. It was a whole, like, Yuha was pissed. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, Yuha didn't have the almighty, things could have went different. But it's kind of like if Yuha didn't have the almighty in 1,000 Year Blood War and Squad Zero fought the Quincy's. That's how it went the first time. They didn't even need Squad Zero. So it would have been a Gote 13 dog walking them like how Squad Zero dog. So I'm thinking maybe someone in a Gote 13 or a few were either stronger or rivaled Yamamoto in strength. And that's not far-fetched, because we don't know anything about them, and he states 1,000 years ago in specific why. But since we barely know anything about any of them, I'll just leave that as that. That's something to think about. Another thing we gotta think about is the fact that the other Kenpachis that was broken before Kenny, like in between Kenny and Unohana, those was 7th and 8th Kenpachi, broken. They couldn't even, their Bankais were banned. But essentially, I don't think they're canon, so maybe they don't count. But if they do count, you can't tell me that their broken abilities don't at least rival his strength. May not surpass. I haven't even read the novel. I've only seen videos and stuff about them. May not surpass. I can't give my opinion on that one. But something to think about. You also, like, the main two things I want us to talk about in this video on why I think Yama isn't really as strong as people perceive him to be. Like, don't get me wrong, bro. I love Yamamoto, and I think he's one of the strongest characters in the series. But I also think Kisuke is one of the strongest characters in the series because of how smart he is. I think he's like Batman, bro. Give him enough prep time. Him and Mayuri, give him enough prep time. They can solo the whole series kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? I take that in consideration. I don't just go by raw power. I go by like how broken. That's why I love Bleach, because it's not just about raw power, bro. Because Aizen would be nothing if we was just talking about his raw. Well, he wouldn't be nothing, but he would be nowhere near his strength if we wasn't talking about his broken abilities. So, with that being said, you gotta think about Shunsui and Ukitake. Oh, now. I know there's statements themselves even saying they couldn't beat Yamamoto together and how they don't hold a candle to him and this and that. Now, we both know 1,000 Year Blood War changed that so quick. Like, bro, just look at the feats for 1,000 Year Blood War for Shunsui and Yama. Yama lost to a weaker version of Yuha from 1,000 years ago, and it wasn't even Yuha. Right? Not only that, but Shunsui, I can't say he defeated him, but he for sure was dog walking a demigod. He may have been losing at first, but post Bankai, it was one-sided. The only reason why Baro was still alive was because he couldn't be killed unless it was by a divine weapon. That doesn't mean he was stronger. He just couldn't die. So he was just getting his ass whooped, trying to figure out how to win because he couldn't die. So he had the advantage because of the fact that he was a demigod, but he couldn't die. You know what I'm saying? So even if Yama was in that same predicament, he would like say it was prime Yama fighting, because I don't think and that's another statement. Let me hold that for a second. We look at these feats, I highly doubt that any form of Yamamoto besides Prime Yamamoto could do that to Baro. I highly doubt it. If anything, I'd say Yama that fought Aizen could probably do a little bit, but he will still lose. Baro would like maybe mid-diff him. I don't even think it would be high diff, just because of how easily Yama got his arm ripped off by Aizen in that fight when it comes to Wonderworks and all. So with that instant shot shit, he could have took off his arm within the first shot. And Yama's older, bro. Yeah, he got the speed, but Yama's older. You know what I'm saying? Even though older Yama was technically faster than Shunsui with the flash step, Shunsui has another ability that makes him even faster. And then he has his Bankai that, bro, you know what I'm saying? So not only is Shunsui already in consideration of being stronger than older Yama, don't get me wrong. I'll say he's beginning like Soul Society or Yama when it comes to him fighting Aizen and them, when he still has both of his arms. High diff with Shunsui using his Bankai. If you want to give it to Yama, I will say you can give it to Yama, but it has to be extremely high diff. My personal opinion, I say Shunsui takes that, because you can't like, can you break out of it? No. It's either going to end in a draw or Shunsui's going to win. But either way, Shunsui technically won because he wanted it to end in a draw, or he knew it would end in a draw. He didn't win the goal, like you didn't win, so that's fine by him. You know what I'm saying? So now add Ukitake to that. That's like, not only is it already high diff with just Shunsui, they're supposed to be, you know, equal, so another Shunsui. if it's already high diff on one and I add two, well, if I add another one to make two, you know what I'm saying? I'm not too sure about Prime Yama, because I don't know if he has any extra abilities or his flame is somehow stronger or anything of that sort. But to me, it seems like Yama was always in his prime, probably just his speed and strength got a little weaker over the years. That's honestly what it seems like to me, because with his arsenal set, it doesn't look like you can make anything stronger or weaker over time. It's just the fact that that's how strong his flame is and that's how hot it is, kind of thing. But with both of them, we haven't seen have we seen Ukitake's Bankai? No, we haven't. So if his Bankai is broken too and he's going against both of them, I don't see it, bro. I don't. With the feats I have from Yama, just the statements, it's just not adding up. It's too many broken abilities that work in Bleach, that work against and for each other, that it erases so much of the pure strength and force that a lot of anime uses to make certain characters just the strongest. Like in Naruto, he just got all this chakra and he can just use his Rasengan, and the more chakra he uses, the stronger his Rasengan. The Rasengan is gonna keep getting stronger. You know, eventually he'll beat Obito, or he'll beat Madara, or any Sharingan user with broken abilities, because he has a tail beast and he got all this strength. Just strength and strength and strength. He just got versatility with one move. You know what I'm saying? That would not work in Bleach, because we got broken abilities too, and they trade in form with other. You know, so I highly doubt it, man. That's two characters with feats that I can give within this 1,000 years stronger than Yama. Not to mention characters in Gokei 13. So I give myself another point for that, because I feel like he made that statement 1,000 years after the battle for a certain reason. Maybe he was thinking about somebody. But the main person I want to talk about is Oetsu and Squad Zero, because like I said, within that 1,000 years, the Gokei 13 was formed somewhere in that time frame. I don't know if it was formed for the battle against the Quincy's, a little bit beforehand, a little bit after, and they just fought together, or they formed during the battle, but they say the Gote 13 was formed around 1,000 years ago. So, Squad Zero is considered a part of Gote 13. 1,000-Year Blood War changed all this, bro. Oetsu one-tapped every... when I'm already making the argument for Baro and Shunsui and saying Shunsui by himself could probably beat Yama, at least old man Yama. Not prime Yama, but at least old man Yama. For one person that Shunsui fought against the 4, including that one person Shunsui fought that Oetsu one-tapped, and the fact that he made Yama's Zanpakuto, come on, bro. I just don't see it, bro. Not only that, bro, I didn't get any statement that Yama could do the same thing that Oetsu did. Any statement that he could do anything like that, even if he was in his prime. Maybe they said something, but I don't remember it. Even if they did say something about that, right? You can't tell me he would do that without using any Shikai abilities and without using any Bankai abilities. You can't tell me that, bro. You cannot tell me that. Not after that fight with that fake Yuha. You can't tell me that. He was missing against a fake Yuha with his Bankai abilities, while Oetsu one-tapped all of them by just swinging his sword. Not Bankai, not Shikai, none of that. Even if it was Shikai. Just Shikai. Why I said remember that his Bankai could destroy the Soul Society and the strongest Zanpakuto, it's because Oetsu made the Zanpakuto. Not only that, Shinjimaru's Zanpakuto had more of an effect on the 1,000-Year Blood War characters than it did for Yama's. But they were kind of more familiar with Yama's. But a weaker Zanpakuto than Yamamoto's was stated to have the power to destroy the 3 realms. While they didn't say that for Yama's. Even though he's supposed to be the strongest with the strongest Zanpakuto, a weaker Zanpakuto with a weaker user had more weight with their statement and feats. That's Shinjimaru, not even Oetsu. So Shinjimaru is somebody else to think of. Now that I said all that, bro, y'all know I made y'all think. I gotta leave y'all with the question. Is Yamamoto really that strong? Let me know in the comments, man.